Fact number 1. July 4th isn't Independence Day. I am posting this on July 4th, which is the recognized date for the birthday of the United States, as that was the date when the US published the Declaration of Independence. However, the Continental Congress voted on Richard Henry Lee's resolution to become independent on July 2nd. Declaring that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states, that they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is, and ought to be, totally dissolved. So it really depends when you count independence, either to vote for independence, or when Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence document. Even founding father John Adams stated, "The second day of July 1776 will be the most memorable epoch in the history of America. I'm apt to believe that it will be celebrated by succeeding generations as the great anniversary festival. It ought to be commemorated as the day of deliverance by solemn acts of devotion to God Almighty. It ought to be solemnized with pomp and parade, with shrews, games, sports, guns, bells, bonfires, and illuminations from one end of this continent to the other from this time forward, forevermore." Fact number 2. Morocco was the first country to recognize the US. In 1777, Sultan Muhammad III signed a decree granting American ships protection and free access to Moroccan ports, as he expressed his desire to be a friend of the Americans. Though Morocco formally recognized the United States on June 23, 1786, when a treaty of peace and friendship was signed. Fact number 3. 3 presidents have died on July 4th. Second President John Adams and third President Thomas Jefferson actually died on the exact same day, just 5 hours apart, on July 4th, 1826, which was also the 50th anniversary of the publishing of the Declaration of Independence, while 5th President James Monroe died on July 4th, 1831. Fact number 4. The Declaration of Independence has a map on the back of it. Alright, that's not true, but it does have something written on the back of it. Original Declaration of Independence dated 4th July, 1776. Fact number 5. 31 presidents have served in the military. There have been 45 men who have been president, and 31 of them have served in the military, meaning nearly 70% of presidents have served in the military. First President George Washington, 18th President Ulysses S. Grant, and 34th President Dwight D. Eisenhower all held the highest rank. Fact number 6. The bloodiest war for the US was the Civil War. Since both sides were American, basically all the casualties were American lives. There were approximately 360,000 Union deaths and 258,000 Confederate deaths, so about 620,000 men, or roughly 2% of the population, lost their lives in war. However, those were just the deaths. There are an estimated 1.5 million casualties reported during the Civil War, meaning 1.5 million were either killed, wounded, injured, sick, captured, or went missing in action. Fact number 7. The bloodiest day in American history was during the Civil War. On September 17th, 1862, the Confederate forces under General Robert E. Lee and Union forces under General George B. McClellan engaged at Antietam Creek. While only lasting one day, the battle was extremely bloody as the Union suffered 12,400 casualties, 2,100 of which were killed. The Confederates weren't much better off as they suffered 10,300 casualties, 1,500 of which were killed. Fact number 8. George Washington didn't want to be president. Contrary to what many people believe, George Washington actually came out of retirement from his plantation in order to be president. If you want to know more Washington myths, check out my video here. Fact number 9. 44% of presidents have been 6 foot or taller. The shortest president is 4th President James Madison at 5'4", and the tallest is 16th President Abraham Lincoln at 6'4". If you want to know all of the president's heights, check out my video here. Fact number 10. 4 presidents have been assassinated. 16th President Abraham Lincoln, 20th President James Garfield, 25th President William McKinley, and 35th President John F. Kennedy were all assassinated, though 2 presidents, 26th President Theodore Roosevelt and 40th President Ronald Reagan, were shot but survived. About 9% of US presidents have been assassinated, making it statistically one of the deadliest jobs in the US.